G'day guys, Big Col here, and this is the synopsis video of the bathroom reno for 2013. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of the problems we did have, some of the challenges, some of the things we had to face in doing it, and let you in on some of the little trade secrets we had. We'll just pick a few spots to start with. This is actually a wall which we didn't want to tile, so all we did was we actually put a kit row there, or whatever you call it, going up the wall, a single row of tiles, and then we've actually online ordered this photo and put that on as wallpaper on the wall. I had to skim the wall with some gyprock top coat just to make sure the wall was flat, but even still there's a few little tiny, just little bumps and bits and pieces, so the wall actually has to be almost like glass before you put that on. It was quite tricky putting it on, but my God, I love that. It turned out really, really well. The door, they've all just been, that's the original door that was there, it's all just been done with gloss paint. What I used there was just a 100mm foam roller, and man, you could not believe how easy that was to paint. Is it perfect and run free? Well, the door is. Some of the stuff up top's not as great, but you know what? This is our house, and it's not perfect, but it's bloody beautiful. Okay, that there, now when we originally did the bathroom, if you look there, that line was where the toilet finished. There was a wall underneath there. So we've taken out the toilet, and then I was left with this bulkhead that was lower on the inside. Where the toilet was 200mm lower than inside here, as you can see there. So what I did was I got a gyprocker in, and we actually duplicated the bulkhead on the other side over there, just turn the lights on, over the shower area, just to make it look cool. So when you look in there, you've got that area where the steam's going to rise up into. The wall, originally there was a window, so I simply stud framed that in, put some fibro in there, some fibro cement sheeting, and that got tiled over. And that was similar here, because obviously there had to be a door entry into the old bathroom area, so that was right there originally. So what I did, same thing, stud framed it, put a lot of timber in there so it didn't move, and put some fibro cement sheeting over the top of that, and then we've tiled all that in. So, which then gives us this one big long wall and one big long room. When I originally did the floor, because you had the toilet here, the floor level in this area versus the floor level in the old bathroom was different, and it was really thin and it was really crappy. So I had to jackhammer all that out. I re-poured a concrete floor in, and then my tiler came in and did a new screed, so all the levels worked for the floor in there and also for the shower. The drainage in the shower, there's just a little step down just in there. That's very little there, and it's about 5mm there, as you see, probably 10mm maybe. That's enough. The water slopes in there really, really nicely. We've got one of these little drains whereby the piece of tile gets cut in the top. Looks pretty trendy, and that's just the old original 40mm drain that was there, which was replumbed and rerouted. Those underneath there, that was just a 400 by 300 by 190mm limestone block, and then we've just tiled over it. The wall tiles are 600 by 300 high gloss. What do you call it? Rectified, I think. If you see the edges of them, they're just really square edges. They don't have a roll on them. The tiles we've got here, they're actually stainless steel feature tiles, and what we had to do, because they're only a couple of mil thick, was we actually had to get a piece of cement sheeting, again, fibro cement sheeting. We glued them onto that to give it a bit of extra 6mm of thickness, and then we glued that sheet into here. So what you see now actually has fibro back behind it on that section. The taps themselves, I love this. What we've gone for, and we bought them online, I think we bought them out of Melbourne, they cost about $50. I seen a set at in Scene Store. I get in trouble for saying Scene. There was a set I seen advertised yesterday in the paper for $200 or $249, I think, and they're down there exactly the same bloody thing. These are quarter-turn ceramic taps, but the sexiest thing about it, look at that. It's actually got LEDs in it now. Inside that LED is there's actually a little sensor, and as the water goes past, there's a little turbine inside the head, and that sensor tells you what the heat is. So then when you put a bit of cold in it, of course, that it'll stabilise out and it tells you what temperature it is. So my temperature is about purple that I shower at, and simply that changes as you've got more hot or cold, so it gives you a visual idea of just how hot the water is. The quarter turn taps, of course, that's full on, that's full off. So it makes it very easy, very simple. Those shower heads as well, we bought them suckers online. I think they were about $75 for the actual arm and for the terminal shower head with the LEDs in it. And just out of curiosity, we bought them from China. We ordered them on a Wednesday. This is why Australia's going in the gurgler. We ordered them on a Wednesday. They turned up here in Perth on Monday afternoon. So 3-4 business days later, we had them from China. That is just exactly why we're getting our ass kicked on an international scale. Hey look, there's Teddy. Hello Teddy. Alright, so now this is a heated towel rail once again. Instead of paying $400 or $500 for that sucker, we bought that online. When they come, the little army bits here, this bit here is actually bolted on. They're a pain in the butt to put on, but this I think costed us about $80 instead of, we looked at them for $400 or $500, so that was a pretty good deal once again online. The shower screens, what we opted for, Trace didn't want glass in the middle. Now we do get a little bit of splash out in between there, very little. The drain's nice and close, so it doesn't matter. What are you doing in there, Teddy? I think you're going to have a drink. So what happens, we didn't want the door, so we just went with a 600mm piece of glass there, and a 600mm piece of glass over there, and what that has effectively given us is enough area for the water to stay in there, but we didn't have to have it totally enclosed. This stuff here, I did a crap job putting it on, but it's hard to do. It's actually glass frosting. It comes in just big sheets. We've just cut that curve on top, sort of found a pattern, drew a pattern that we wanted, and put that on. Whether that's going to stay or not, I'm not sure, but there you go. This mirror, I love this mirror. It's actually, if you look at it just here, that's your little on-off switch, and it's just a little touch sensitive thing. You touch it and turn it on, so it must have electric bloody something in it. That's plugged in there, and underneath there, what there is actually in there is in the middle of the mirror, there is a demister. Now that, for me, was just gold, because you can have a foggy bathroom, and I can get straight out of the bath, out of the shower, and I can have a shave, which is brilliant. These other little doodads. Now there's this cabinet, I've got to tell you about this. It's a 1500mm cabinet. We found this in Gumtree, and it's actually a company that's here in Perth. You notice I'm not mentioning any company names, but it's a company here in Perth that's 1500mm long. That's an actual glass top. That's about 15mm thick. I managed to stuff one of those up by trying to ream out to get a bigger thing, a bigger drain fitting in there, one of those little push plug fittings. Stuffed it up. Cost me nearly $600 as a replacement, so that's my own stupid fault. But that's absolutely gorgeous. The drawers that you get with it, they've got this, the dampeners on it, so they slow shut, which is pretty cool. Now these things here, the taps, once again they were online. It's got this sexy little glass spouty thing there. Very cool. It's a mixer tap, so you turn it up, either cold or hot over the other side. And what I've got there is that's just plumbed down the bottom, and there's two little taps there that isolate my hot and my cold. They're very cool. They're probably noisier than I want them. We've got double power points put in, and that was all wired in. We've got one there and we've got one over there, so the mirror's plugged into one obviously. As far as heat, what we wanted to do was to make sure that we didn't get too bloody hot. It didn't fog up. So what we did was we actually got one of these 4-in-1 shower doodad things. So you've got two separate heaters, and you can actually turn two of them on, or you can have none of them on. They're bloody hot, I'll give you the tip. And then of course there's a fan in the middle of that. And what we did was we linked the old fan up in the toilet to the same with the fan over there when we had the electrician do all the switching. The toilet itself, that's just one of those back to the wall based toilets. Nothing fancy there. Just fixed down like a normal toilet. Get your plumbing and all that was how you need to have it done. What else? Okay, let me tell you what else. We must be damn near at the end of it. Been a big journey, I tell you what. Some of this, I've done a fair bit of the stuff, and I've had a lot of the stuff contracted in, had different guys come in to do it, different trades. I'm in the game, so it was easier for me to get hold of different people. But you certainly need to make sure that you're going to plan ahead with it and make sure it's all done to a schedule. Pretty hard to do. All the walls, once I took the original tiles off, I had to re-render the whole joint. It was quite a process, re-pour the concrete floor. So if you can't do all that stuff yourself, you're in for a big shock, because the cost of doing everything individually would be absolutely bloody mammoth. But we've enjoyed it, and we're certainly going to enjoy our little scenic view in our bathroom forever, I can tell you. That's we've been to Kuala Lumpur probably 10 times, and we just are astounded by the Petronas Twin Towers, so that's why we've got that in there. Alright, well that's just a few of the little intricacies of the whole program. I certainly hope you enjoyed watching the videos that we did. There was a few little how-tos and a few how-not-tos in the whole show, but I hope I helped you to solve a few questions, and if not, give you a laugh along the way. This is Colin Ahearn with Big Cole's Reno, Big Bathroom Reno for 2013, and this is the final video in the series. Cheers.